Another day has gone. I'm still all alone. How could this be? You're not here with me. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody and you're just like, right, you don't even have no advice because everything that they're going through, you can relate to. What does it mean? You're compatible? Man, woman, woman and woman, man and man? I don't know. But one thing I know for sure and certain it says it means you're not alone. You are not alone, damn it. Come on, let's get into it. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Just remember you're special. Feeling hopeless and alone, just remember there's always God there to be there to help you. Put in effort, make mistakes. No one on this earth is perfect. Trial and tribulations, both in life, are guaranteed, but in the end, it's all worth it. I'm hoping and I'm praying. This is something relatable, and the words are beneficial when someone out there can understand what I'm saying. Mind, muscle, motivation. Let's stop playing. Share it with the nation. What it do though? It's mind, muscle, spirit, motivation. Right off the bat, somebody commented, "Bro, why are you wearing sunglasses inside? If there's any amount of light that can enter into my eyes, I'm gonna wear sunglasses. Mind your business." All right, let's get that over with. I wanted to make a video. Let me cut it out. I wanted to make a video because a lot of people really do feel like they're alone in this world. And I've already said it before. I mention it a lot that there's always somebody that can relate to what you're going through. But I wanted to make it less depressing and a little bit more motivational, hopefully. So I'm making another video. You are not alone. As I said in the intro, I know everybody has had a conversation with somebody and they're venting, but the whole time you can relate to everything that they're venting about. And you really don't have any advice because you're growing through what you're going through currently as they're talking and venting to you. So again, you can relate to everything and you're shaking your head and you're just mind blown because maybe at one point in time you really did feel sorry for yourself, thinking that you were the only one going through whatever it is that you're, going through. And somebody else says the exact same stuff. For me, it gives me hope and encouragement because we may be going through the same stuff, but maybe what they're going through is a little more extensive. But at the same time, it gives me hope because of the simple fact that it's more extent just because of the simple fact that it sounds a little harder. Maybe it is a little harder, but again, you can relate to most of the things that they're talking about. It gives me hope because of the simple fact they're handling it. So when I think back on that conversation and I'm going through whatever it is that I'm talking about for, towards whoever it is that I open up to, I'm reminded. I'm reminded. And this song by Michael Jackson, I was listening to the other day, and it reminded me as well. You are not alone. I never thought that I would make a video about a song, but this song is so intense yet gentle from a gentle person. When you're listening to it, if you listen to it while you're having your hard day, you may share a few tears, but if you listen to the words and if you remember those conversations, you are then reminded that you're really not the only one that's having tough times in life. And you're never going to be the only one that's having tough times in life. You're always going to come across somebody who's going through the same thing or who has gone through the same thing and they made it out okay. And you can be the exact same person. You can be the exact same example. And that's what it's all about. Coming across people who have examples, who can maybe give advice, or who can become a comrade during the same type of battle. So while I was listening to this song, I was reminded of the conversations that I had with another guy about, being I ain't got to tell y'all all that, but while I was having the conversation with him, um, that alone reminded me. And then on top of that, I come across a song by Michael Jackson, who is by far, if you didn't know, now you know, my favorite artist of all time, Michael Jackson. So I thought, hey, why not? Why not make at least one video about his song, his hit #1 song, "You Are Not Alone." Um, you can throw a rock to somebody who can relate, to somebody who maybe has already gone through whatever it is that you're facing in life. Um, Let me take a step away from the song. We got to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. We got to start being men and women of strength and faith and of hope. And if it takes a song to do that, hey, so be it. If it takes a conversation where you're really not even talking, you're more so listening, but while you're listening, you can something something sticks out because it's what you're currently facing as well. And maybe it's more than one thing that sticks out because it's what you're facing as well. Hey, that gives me so much hope. It gives me strength as well. And I said before, I know sometimes we can mistake that, especially if it's a man and a woman. You can start thinking, damn, I mean, what does that mean right now? Because I know sometimes we we can mistake that for a lot of different things. We can think that maybe we're meant to be with them, or oh my God, especially if they're talking about their relationship and how it's just heading towards the bottom. And maybe it's a female saying that, and the guy also says they're going through the same thing. Uh, well, that can lead to a big mistake. I mean, it really can. It has disaster written all over it because you may start thinking maybe we need to switch. It happens a lot, and sometimes people really do go through with it, and I guess sometimes it works. And then when it's two guys, maybe they can link up and they can become best friends. I'm only saying this because it can lead to other things if you don't have your mind right. But again, one thing I know for sure, one thing I can say for sure and certain, and I don't know a lot of things, and I don't put a stamp on a lot of things because there's a lot of things I'm not sure about. But for this, for sure and certain, I put my foot on it. I put weight on it with that stamp. It does says that you are not the only one. I wish I can, for every single person out there, I wish I can just turn on the song, all these songs, not just Michael Jackson, but all the different songs made in the world who, it's some music, it really touches your soul and it really almost pulls out your heart because we are human. Some people express their life through music, while the rest of us, we can listen and we can relate, and it can become one of our favorite songs. And then, of course, conversation. And we need to start talking more. We need to stop keeping things so balled up inside because that's when people start to go crazy and do this foolish stuff. We need to listen to more music. We need to conversate more. And maybe every once in a while, we need to let ourselves become vulnerable, but only, because I don't like being vulnerable, but only towards someone that we can trust. Again, it can lead to other things, but hey, who am I to sit here and say you shouldn't and they shouldn't? No, but I know, I just know what it can lead to because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. But you are not alone. You are not alone. I've already spoke about this before. With my mental, I don't want to say condition, but my mental happenings. I know I'm not the only one. And I've also said that there's somebody who has more extensive mental issues, happenings than what I do. We got to be reminded. We have to. So whatever you're facing in life, I mean, I've said it before in a previous video, but I don't want to go stating too many examples because I don't want somebody who may be listening or watching this to be like, well, yeah, easy for you to say, or I don't want to offend anybody because there's some very extensive things that are happening to people all around the world right now as I'm talking, as this video is being made. So again, I don't want to sit here and state too many examples, but you're not the only one. I promise you, you're not the only one. But that song right there, if you haven't heard it, listen to it. Listen to what he's saying. Another day has gone, and now I'm still all alone. Lord, boy, he's talking about a relationship, but it applies to life. More so to life. Because everybody's facing the same stuff when it comes to relationships. So I'm going to blow that off. But you listen to those words and don't just apply it to your relationship, but apply it to life. Okay. I don't ever think of a song so much of importance, but this song right here, you are not alone. I was just going to make a video just saying you are not alone, but then I thought, why does that sound so familiar? Michael Jackson, my favorite artist of all time. So of course, I'm going to talk about him, and I'm going to use him as reference to whoever it may concern. So hopefully whoever's watching this is also a Michael Jackson fan. And if you're not, well, anyway, just know that you're not alone with whatever you're facing in life, with whatever you're going through in life. Hey, you're not the only one. We have to understand there are billions of people in this world. Billions. To think that you're the only one is kind of being a narcissist in a way, because you're really separating yourself from people so much in a way to where, I mean, why would you be the only one facing whatever it is you're facing? Why are you so much of importance that God gave you that and not everybody else? I used to think that, but I know I'm not the only one. So, of course, I'm going to make another video. It may not be as long, but you're not the only one, okay? So, hey, it's mind, muscle, spirit, motivation. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, listen to the song, y'all. You are not alone. I love you. I pray for you. Hopefully this video gives you some hope, some encouragement, some faith, some determination, some dedication. Let yourself be vulnerable. Vent to someone, because there's always someone who can relate. Don't keep yourself estranged so much. I've always said, when you're going through something, don't isolate yourself, because that's when all those thoughts start to take place, and that's when you really start to think you're the only one, and you're not, and never will you be. Until next time, hey, we out. Peace.